Hey, it's Cory, your DM. Welcome to Vibe Proficiency, a D&D podcast about death, the evil inside, and collectively deciding you're all about to do something real stupid, I guess. As seems to be the custom lately, it has been a minute, y'all. Free time for editing these episodes and writing music for them has been, kind of hard to come by lately. Thanks for hanging in there. If it isn't obvious, moving forward, these episodes aren't necessarily going to come out at any regular cadence. They're just going to kind of drop when they're ready, ideally with a lot less time between each upload going forward. Historically, I've kind of prioritized getting these as polished as possible over just getting them done and out for you. And I'm going to be trying to find a less time-consuming way to get these finished, since my free time to work on them has definitely shrunk since we first started uploading back in, 2021? My God, it's been 2 full years since we started uploading these, and this is episode 15. Anyway, as always, if you have the time to rate the show on iTunes or Spotify, please do. We'd love to hear from you. And to that end, you can also tweet at us at Vibe Proficiency at any time. All right, this is a longer one than most, so I'm going to try and keep this brief. Enjoy the episode, and thanks again for listening. It really means a lot. Okay, bye.
Oh, that is a nat 20. 69 points of piercing damage. Yeah. Hello and welcome back to Vibe Check, a Vibe Proficiency podcast, re-listen podcast. I'm your host, C to the ASEYG. I'm joined today by an absolute legend. You all know him from his 5th-century tour around Faerun, You Will Always Need Me. His chart-topping single, I Am Never Going to Get Rid of You, reached sextuple platinum. Here he is, Sir Richard Astley. Hello. So Richard, before we get started with the re-listen, is there anything you'd like to say to my fans? I am not saying this under duress. Vibe Proficiency is an actual play D&D podcast starring Chandler Bush as Elwin Peck, Becca Helme as Meira, Casey Guinee as Kira, Kelly Rivera as Harp, and Tyler Bush as Kadmist Lightbringer. This show is intended for adults, but I am not your parents, whom you should all go call. Richard? So, do whatever you want, I guess. Someone please send help. Okay, that's all the time we have for our show. Join us next time on Vibe Check.
All right, last time on Vibe Proficiency. Damn, we sure did take an hour to roleplay what was canonically a much more brief period of time. But upon sensing the undead amassing in numbers and power you've never seen, you all quickly jumped into planning and action mode. You both alerted Anseal to the threat and managed to scrounge up some help in what you can only assume is the upcoming fight you're about to find yourselves in. Meira, Ro, and Hildry are all with you. Denor, not so much. And you're all standing in the middle of Central Plaza amidst the closed and empty stalls, tents, and stands that normally bustle with activity during the day. They're eerie now in the moonlight. And as you all put your backs together to try and keep an eye out in every direction, you begin to hear the sounds of commotion and even battle occurring a short distance away. So,
are we ready to die? Can't unless we can roll persuasion to convince them to come back in another 8 hours.
Today's not too good for us. Do you think you guys could come back tomorrow for it?
Yeah, sure, why not? Let's see it.
All right, let's see. Oh, that's a nat 20!
Guess never mind. I'm cutting this part in the edit.
Come back tomorrow!
I'm still wiping a few tears from my eyes. Just very unnoticeably, just passing them away real fast. Just quick hand up.
Yeah.
Mage hand, kind of blotting it away.
Yeah, same.
Can dragons cry?
Wow, can dragons cry? How dare you?
The great philosophical question of our generation.
I think Aragon cried.
Absolutely. reptiles can definitely cry.
Hey, Alexa, can reptiles cry?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Oh,
She doesn't know.
thanks, Alexa.
Alexa, can dragons cry?
Okay.
Alexa, stop.
Hey, Siri, can reptiles
Please, we're
cry?
going to set off everyone's devices.
Okay. I need you to tell me and not give me articles.
Listen, I was an elf turned into a dragon. Of course I can cry.
Yeah, he's got special eyes.
I've been doing it for decades.
The most relatable Peck has been to date.
Oh, okay, here we go. I have the definitive answer. It is from the Flight Rising discussion forum in 2008.
A good year.
That's a reputable source.
The question, are dragons physically capable of crying? I need to know. The responses are, yeah, probably.
Enough said.
So yeah, probably. Biologically speaking, some reptiles can cry, but biology doesn't matter if you want to make your beautiful pixel dragons cry.
Like, nobody's out here arguing against beautiful
I'm
pixels.
gonna say no, since the lizard can't.
Well,
At least not because they are sad. And then dragons are basically giant reptiles with wings, and some reptiles definitely can cry, like crocodiles. But it's mainly to clean their eyes, not because they're sad. And that's the consensus.
so you're saying if Peck ever gets caught crying, no, I'm just cleaning my
And
eyes.
that is on the most official source on dragons I could find.
Yeah, thanks. That was going to keep me up at night. I feel like you're stalling. Are y'all ready?
I'm honestly fine talking more about dragon anatomy.
You just dragging that anatomy around?
Oh,
Okay.
there's something not great about that.
Womp womp.
What was that for?
I rolled a 1 on my d4 for psychic damage.
Yeah, it hurt me too a little bit. All right, we're playing now. I cannot put another cliffhanger in this goddamn show. We're fighting something.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Sure.
You're all in this defensive position in the middle of Central Plaza, just straining to hear which direction the undead may be coming from. But you've got the crown, so you're pretty sure they will be any minute now. Let's give this one to Harp. Can you please roll a perception check?
All right, here we go. That is a 16.
You hear a sound that gives you pause. You could swear it's one that you've heard before. It's small, almost imperceptible, but your senses are attuned for this sort of thing. It's a small scraping sound, faintly emanating from underneath a nearby stall.
It's just a scratching noise.
Like scraping against the ground. Something sharp enough to dig into the ground, but at the same time, soft enough to slide over it.
I'm going to turn to Ro. She's next to me, and maybe she can use that hearing to tell me what it is. So, hey, Ro.
She says, "Yeah, what is it? You see anything?"
You hear that? It's coming from over there.
Her pointed ears kind of prick up, and she says, yeah, I guess. Sounds kind of like a rat. What, you want me to check it out, or?
I don't know. You're super eager to fight things. Why don't you check it out?
Sorry, I just thought, you want me to break formation because you heard a noise? I thought we were looking for zombies and stuff. This seems kind of like...
I was doing you a favor, but I mean, if you can't do it, I can go over there.
She says, no, it's okay. You seem a bit jumpy. I'll take care of it for you. Let's see what we got. And she starts walking over to the stall.
Yeah, Cory, fight our fights for us.
She, I don't know, fuck it. She just kind of reaches under the table and just hoists it up from underneath. And a decaying hand recoils from the movement and scrambles on broken fingers away from Ro, just right towards the rest of you. Everyone roll initiative.
Are we just going to fight a bunch of hands?
Getting handsy out here.
Don't forget to click your tokens too.
Yeah, otherwise the tracker doesn't auto-add you.
Okay, well, ignore this first roll then.
I did it wrong.
Oh, I got a big old 11.
Nice.
21.
Oh.
Hey, Cory, I really got to hand it to you for this fight.
Oh, there's hand tokens. I don't like it. I mean, I appreciate your work, but I don't like it.
They're gross, yeah.
Ty, can we get that hand running sound?
Oh, I didn't like it the
That is
first time. I don't like it
disgusting
now.
I think I did leave it in that first episode, but somehow it's
Even worse with
now.
the headphones in.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Like
Yeah.
right in your brain.
That is auditorily awful. Are Ro and Hildry fighting with us?
Yeah, I'm putting the NPCs on the turn order now. Okay, so Ro flips up the table and sees the hand scurry past while her hands are full, and she's like, "Look alive!" And she drops the stall sort of haphazardly and spins around to give it chase. Kira, the weight of this situation has been a lot. as you prepared for, whatever is coming, I need you to finally roll that d20 now.
Yeah, I got it.
It just needs to be higher than a 10 this time.
She's so mysterious.
Oh, wieners.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Casey, what happens on this failed roll?
Kadmist, you might want to take a step away from me.
It's the evil that I've been sensing inside.
I'm so nervous.
Yikes.
I will note at this point, hearing that, I am no longer looking outward. I am staring at Kira, so if anything comes behind me.
Kalistars are formed by the fusing of the Cory spirit and a human. Kind of homebrewed that a little bit and tweaked it. So Kira is essentially two spirits embodying one body. Kira is the benevolent, the human spirit. The Cory spirit that was fused to her, his name is Cad, and he's hellbent on destroying pretty much everything.
Oh, God.
He is a massive asshole. He has no regard for anybody. So you're gonna want to stay away. He is a barbarian.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, Kadmist, that is the evil that you sensed from her. Because she is always trying to contain this spirit, but since we haven't slept in a while, she kind of can't anymore.
Yeah, Casey came to me early on with this idea that it's a constant silent battle of wills between these two, and like the more stressed and exhausted Kira is, the harder it is to maintain control of the the physical body they share.
Everybody, welcome to the stage, Cad! Yay!
Yay!
Whoa! Hey! Cad, what's up, my dude? Cad! Wait, his name is Cad, you said. How's that spelled?
Khad.
Hey, I really hope you don't miss your attack.
Shut up, Chandler.
Oh
Then you'd
shit!
be
I didn't even think about their
Kadmist.
names being
Okay.
like the same, aren't they?
In keeping in with the fusing of the human and Cory spirit, Kalishtar names are a fusing of the human name and the Cory spirit name. Her name was Kira. Cad is the spirit, so her full name is Kira Cad, but she just goes by Kira because she doesn't want everyone to know about Cad, because if they did, they probably wouldn't trust her as much. He can see. He is the spirit that she always talks to. He's the one that is her eyes, essentially. He's the one telling her where to go. Also note, it's not a willing transformation. It's not like, Bruce Banner going into the Hulk.
Is it not?
It's a constant, struggle. And if she loses it, then she transforms. It's not like a, hey, you want to bring your scary friend out? No, it's a, oh shit, your scary friend's here.
So
Bruce Banner.
Well, I guess...
Early Bruce Banner.
Yeah, early Bruce Banner.
Better Bruce Banner. Better Banner, if you will.
Totally. And back on the battlefield, or in the open air market here, Ro does a double take as Kira lets out this big alarming laugh, and having no reason to think this isn't normal for Kira, she nods in agreement. She's like, like, hell yeah, let's go.
Oh no.
It's like that person would flip a table.
Yeah, right.
He does. This is not useful for his backstory or anything, but he is limited to her stats, so none of the stats change. So you're not gonna, get a boost in attack and whatnot. And he does have to use whatever weapons she has. So he's stuck using a quarterstaff. Still has all the.
I remember you mentioning that she carried less lethal equipment for a reason. I guess that's probably it.
Yeah. He still has all of the monk stats, but he has the barbarian attributes. So it could come at a disadvantage because he's not getting the bonuses that a barbarian would normally get, but he's still an asshole.
And an asshole at the top of the turn order.
So he's. I will say though that I won't intentionally make it a more difficult fight. He's not going to attack any of you because Kira is still in there. But if he swings at the hand or any enemy, he's not going to try not to hit you. Friendly fire is 100% on for Cad all the time. But he's not gonna be like, screw that hand, I'm going to attack one of you guys.
He's not gonna go save that poor child being eaten by a zombie.
No, he'll attack the child while he hits the zombie.
Meira, now staring at you, is just gonna be like, we so need to talk later. Just go back into the defensive.
Yeah.
All right, well,
So, Kat, what are you doing?
let's see.
That was very unexpected.
I've been sitting on that since...
Like, since before Kira debuted.
Yeah.
About 20 feet from you is the hand that Ro uncovered when she flipped the table, and it's scrambling towards you.
I am he's gonna run to the hand, and he's going to use reckless attack.
Okay, forgive me for honestly not looking a ton at the barbarian skills since the day you rolled this character up. You get advantage on attacks, but...
Starting at second level, you can throw aside all concern for defense to attack with fierce desperation. When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength, but attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you get advantage on attacks, but your enemies also get advantage on you in return, yeah?
Yeah.
An aptly named feature. I like that.
Yeah, so he's gonna run and attack with the quarterstaff.
Quarter staff.
Once it shows up, that's a 17.
Yeah, 17 hits.
And
Nice. What'd you roll, Casey?
you rolled a 1. That's a 1.
I also think it'd be mildly humorous if we went through all of this, you transformed, and then it was just a hand, and we're good.
You bring up Kira's quarterstaff, and you swing wildly, like just putting as much power into it as you can at the expense of your precision, I guess. And you whack the hand on its little finger, and it scurries out from under the staff and starts darting around, sort of unpredictably. Harp, what are you doing?
How far is Cad from me?
There's like 5 feet between you.
Okay, I want to move back a little bit because I don't really like what I'm seeing type of thing.
Yeah, it's very out of character for Kira, right?
Yeah, I don't like I'm just gonna move back just a tiny bit, and I'm gonna use my longbow.
Okay, roll it.
And it's a 15.
Yeah, 15 hits.
Cool. And 11 piercing.
You like skewer the thing to the ground, and it twitches for just a moment, and then it stops moving entirely. And in the silence of everyone staring at it, like waiting to see if it's dead, Peck, your passive perception lets you hear a small noise behind you. And looking across the defensive circle you all made, you see it. Nobody noticed in the scuffle when Ro flipped the stall, but closing in, not far from you now, a walking corpse, adorned in its funerary finest, is raising its fist to strike at Kadmist while he's distracted by the hand.
I shout out, "Zombie! Undead! They're coming!" And I would like to... perfect. I would like to Eldritch Blast.
A classic.
Let's blast the Eldritch.
Roll it.
That's an 8 to hit.
Okay,
For
yeah,
future
roll.
Corey, Kelly just sent us a message that said my computer just shut off.
Yeah, she did.
I was letting editing Corey know.
No.
Not present Corey.
Present Cory?
Hey, it's editing Corey now. Thanks, Casey.
Future editing Cory,
Yeah, pass Tyler?
you're doing great.
You might want to tone that one down a little bit, considering the cadence with which I get these episodes out the door these days.
Doing a good job.
Yeah, that's probably more like it.
Like in a moment of genuine sincerity, this has been a very fun group, and I'm very thankful.
Yeah, I'm like super stoked to play with this group, and I appreciate you letting me fuck it up here and there while I learn how to DM.
At least you didn't give us a duck wand to create an army of 431.
Damn, duck wants to be hilarious.
Oh, Kelly's back.
I'm praying that my shit's here. 1 second.
All good. If it's lost, that's literally why I record the Discord call on a separate track as backup lately.
It just literally turned off completely. Just black screen. And I'm back.
Bum, bum.
Great. Okay, I think I'm fine. Everything's recording. I'm back in the game.
It's in the game.
Like EA Sports over here.
Fuck. Okay, let me look at what we're...
Roll damage.
Yeah, actually, yes. Please do.
That's 6 damage.
6 damage, nice. Tell me about it.
So I just, as I spin around on top of my unseen servant, shouting out, "Zombie!" I send a force of air, kind of brushes past Kadmist and hits the zombie.
Yeah, Kadmist, as Peck yells, you turn just in time to see him send a spell right at you. And with your eyes, you like follow its path over your shoulder, and you see it hits this undead square in the jaw, interrupting it mid-swing at you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna do the sword flourish thing, and then say under my breath, "May Hor be with us." I'm gonna go up and attack it.
Yeah, do it.
15.
A 15 is a hit for sure.
5 damage.
Yeah, you bring your sword in like a crosswise motion along its chest, and it lurches forward with the impact. And Meira, you notice the sound of that sword sort of like wetly crunching through the undead causes Hildred to visibly flinch. And the look on her face is like you're maybe starting to wonder if she was ready for this. But her eyes meet yours, and her expression shifts quickly, and she like nods before continuing to scan forward, just looking for anything coming from her direction in the like defensive circle you've got going. And she sort of grips a glass vial in her hand, just waiting and watching and listening. What do you do?
I too would like to, because I have the flame in my hand, I'd like to hold that action. If something appears in front of me, I would like to throw that at it.
Sure thing. Yeah, you hold an action to attack?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In that same 6 seconds after she flung the overturned stall away, she started heading towards the hand that jumped out, raising her weapon. But Cad hit it, and Harp fucking pinned it to the ground like a taxidermy butterfly. Let's see, what else could she do? She's gonna hold her action too. Let's say that she gets back in position and closing the hole in the circle and holds her action to hit anything in range that pops up. Cad, we are back to you.
Okay. He's gonna run up to that one right next to Kadmist.
Okay, yeah, that tracks.
And he is going to enter Frenzy.
Oh no.
Level 3 Path of the Berserker. You go into a frenzy when you rage. If you do so for the duration of your rage, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns. After this one, when your rage ends, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Oof.
I need to go to Appendix A and see what that means for me.
Okay.
Rage lasts for 1 minute.
Okay, so not this turn, but next turn you get those bonus action attacks? Am I
On
getting
each
that
of
right?
your turns. Oh yeah, after this one.
Okay, rad. I think entering rage is a bonus action for barbarians, so that tracks.
Okay. I'm gonna hit it with the quarterstaff.
Sweet.
+2 to the damage roll. 11 to hit.
Yeah, 11 totally hits.
Swing at it. 8, and then so then +2, so it'd be 10.
Yeah, Kadmist, it's no sooner than your slash hits, Cad is right in your space swinging too. And the speed with which the undead is no longer on your sword. It's tumbling backwards, lifted off the ground by the blunt force of the quarterstaff, and you can feel a difference in Kira. You haven't exactly known her to pull her punches, but there's something much less reserved and focused about her right now. Harp, what are you doing?
I'm just checking to see if I can hear anything else.
Can you please make me a perception check then?
Perception. Oh, I thought I clicked it. Just kidding. Ignore the second one, which
No,
didn't
they're the same,
matter. I got a 7.
Okay, with your 7, you don't see anything off in the dark, but you're listening really intently. And just a moment too late to react, you hear this sound you're acutely familiar with. It's the quiet rustling of arrow fletching sailing through the air. And let me roll. Oh, it's lucky that it missed you because you just didn't quite see it. But you felt it fly past your cheek, and you see where it struck the ground, and then you draw upon your archery experience to try and figure out where it came from, and now you can see its owner, not far off in the distance. The silhouette is riddled with holes and gaps. It's a skeletal figure knocking another arrow in this curved bow in the moonlight. What do you do?
Okay, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and shoot that sucker also.
Yeah, roll it.
20.
Nice, absolutely.
And then 8 piercing.
Hell yeah, nice hit. You watch it fly this perfect arc and connect with the archer, and it falters a moment before raising its bow again. Peck, you see an arrow strike the ground by Harp, and just as quickly you see her draw and fire back. Mm-hmm. And you also see another undead round the corner of a stall nearby you.
I don't have am I getting feelings from these monsters since technically I summoned them? even without the crown, do I have any sort of...
let me well, I'll say this. There is no reason that you should be able to feel these undead normally, right? Like, whenever Kadmist has sensed them in the past, you did not. But you do right now.
Okay.
You feel them, like, growing in number and closing in. And, yeah, you maybe wonder if touching the crown has anything to do with that.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll just shoot a nice Eldritch Blast towards that one that's coming up and be like, hey, no, Mr. Zombo. That's an 18 to hit.
For sure.
And that's a solid 13 damage.
Oh, God. Question. I've been meaning to ask, does it have verbal components?
It does. Just like put a little flavor on there since all of his magic comes from his deity. So I'd like to imagine he says something in a language he doesn't even understand. Like something like to the equivalent of like God speak. I don't know what that would be in like D&D language terms.
I have a couple thoughts.
And he just knows that he has the understanding of if I say these words, this happens.
That's fair.
So, kind of just chanted under his breath as he shoots the crackling energy towards them.
Yeah, I love that. And this like crackling energy flies at your target, knocking it backwards, but continuing through it sort of unexpectedly, and it collapses to the ground motionless. Kadmist, can you roll me a perception check with advantage, please?
Perception. A natural 20.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you like feel it coming before you hear its large rusted sword dragging along the stone ground, and you turn to face it as it comes out of the shadows and approaches. It's easily your height, and despite the decay, it looks sturdy. The guardsman armor that it was evidently buried in may be part of that, though. What do you do?
I'm going to shout to everyone that another large one has appeared, and I shall run straight at it and attack it with my sword.
You
With your sword or with your sword?
12 to hit.
Yeah, Kadmist, you make contact with it. Like, how could you not, for how big of a target it is? But your swing just like glances off of its armored arm that it raises to block you.
I'm gonna kind of stand in a defensive stance.
Okay,
Is
and
my
actually,
ready action still good or no? Because we went to the top
yeah,
of the
exactly.
round.
Things got blurred a bit there. Let's say Kadmist drawing his sword and starting towards the big one drew your attention too, and you can use your held action first.
Okay, that's good because if Kadmist is right in front of him, I can't throw the flame.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, as he's running up, I'm gonna throw that ball of fire right at it, or attempt to.
Yeah.
It's a 10.
Okay, you hurl this fire at the armored skeleton, and it sort of like splashes across its chest plate and doesn't seem to harm it directly. But didn't you take
As Kadmist attacks, if anyone's watching Meira, you see for the first time, as soon as she throws the flames, it's almost as if some trickle back to her and surround her. And in game terms, that's the feat I took, allows the flames to wreath around me until the end of the next turn. They don't harm me, my possessions, and they shed a bright light around me, as well as anyone who tries to hit me with a melee attack will take fire damage.
Hell yeah. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so despite you both taking a crack at it, the large skeleton seems completely undeterred, and it brings up its broad, heavy sword and brings it down with a 21 to attack you, Kadmist.
That just barely hits me.
Barely. It does 5 piercing damage as it brings the blade down on you. And Meira, you hear shuffling behind you, and you see Hildry pulling the canvas covering off a nearby stall with like genuine concern in her eyes. And she says, Meira, you're on fire. Hold still. And she's like wrestling with this large sort of tarp, and you can tell she's about to try and like smother the flames with it, like a makeshift fire blanket.
It's all right. This is kind of something I can do.
Hildry drops the canvas and says, yeah, I knew that. But she's like looking at you like she's never seen anything like it, and she probably hasn't, which would explain the concern still on her face. What do you do?
Immediately upon her saying that, when she says, are you all right? And I say, it's something I can do. Once again, I'm going to whip that flame into my hand and hold a defensive position. That is a full action to do that cantrip. So I'm just going to hold on to that. The flame wreath did disappear when I did that.
Okay, yeah, and that actually does seem to bewilder Hildry a bit more, but she just kind of gets back on the defensive too. Ro, on the other hand, shouts over her shoulder, cool shit, kid, I like it. And she like charges past you towards the skeletal archer that Harp was shooting at. And she just barrels into this thing and bludgeons it with one clean hit, dropping it to the ground.
You hit.
Moira, who I totally didn't forget about and has been here the whole time, calls over her shoulder to Peck. How you holding up over there?
Oh, well, I'm great. Everything's great. Super great.
She's got her wand in an offensive position, just almost daring anyone to show themselves. Cad, what are you doing?
Well, only one left on the board is the one by Kadmist. Hey there, pal.
I can take it.
Still in a rage. Rage lasts 1 minute. How long in game is a minute?
10 turns.
Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna take a big nasty swing at that boy.
Hit it.
Wait for it. Damn it. That's a 6 to hit.
Yeah, you really swing hard, and it's just able to drop its head lower out of the way of the blow. And so is Kadmist, like as your swing continues past its target.
Can I take another swing as a bonus action?
Yeah, frenzy it up.
Yeah, here we go. 22,
Ooh.
nat 20.
Yeah, roll damage.
That is an 8 plus... What? Why did it give me an 8 plus 3?
It rolls 2 since you
Oh,
crit.
right, because it's nat 20. And then plus 2 to that for the rage bonus.
So 13?
Yep, 13.
Yeah, you swing back across and catch it off guard and like crush it in the jaw, and the sound it makes is indescribable. Harp, Ro just absolutely clobbered the skeletal archer you were shooting at, and as she turns to give you like an enthusiastic thumbs up, movement catches your eye, and even more undead are making their way into the square. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, she's super good with the bow, so we're gonna just keep on going. All right, so she got a 15
That hits.
and 8 piercing.
Nice. What does it look like?
I have a feeling that I was a little annoyed with Ro not thinking that I was a chicken, so I'm really hoping she's saying this, so I'm acting a little extra
Okay, yeah.
as I
for sure.
shoot each arrow. Just a slightly bit dramatic.
Absolutely.
Because do I feel any more coming from like the south or the west?
Yeah, I mean, it's your turn, and you can. How about this? You can roll perception as your bonus action if you want to
You
focus
know
on
what?
that.
I'll do just that. I'll perception that as a bonus action. That is a 21.
Anyone?
Okay, yeah, you focus on the feeling of these undead around you, and following it, you can see a larger one, like Kadmist and Cad are fighting. It hasn't made it to you all yet, but it's clearly headed this way quickly.
Within 120 feet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Then I'm at Eldritch Blast them.
Okay.
Like Michelle, there's more coming, and that's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
It's a nice 5 damage.
Oh yeah, you send another
damage
ball
there.
of this crackling energy out, and it makes contact with it, but it like corrects itself and continues towards you. Kadmist, speaking of big enemies, what are you doing?
I am just going to shift a little bit so I'm like kind of out of Cad's way because he seems to be going all over the place. And then I'm just going to attack this guy that we're on again. Swing my sword down for a 10. I'm super distracted by the evil radiating off him, I guess.
Yeah, definitely, it's not helping. And after it sort of sidesteps your distracted attack, it brings its sword down at you. 13 to hit?
No, miss.
Yeah, you trade missing blows while trying to get out of Cad's way. And Peck, the one you just hit, doesn't seem to be thrilled about it. And it closes the distance between you, bringing up its sword. 18 to hit.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. It slashes you with this rusted blade and does 4 piercing damage.
Wonderful.
How much HP does your Unseen Servant have again?
5 HP total.
Okay, I know we talked about this a little bit before, but let's say that its HP is shared with you. Like, we'll just track your HP. And once you lose 5 total HP, you lose the Unseen Servant. Like, it vanishes.
Works for me.
Cool, so yeah, it's still definitely there, but like barely. Meira, Hildry is still right beside you. Her hand is inside a pouch on her side, like ready to play support and throw out some utility when the moment strikes. But you can tell she's not sure what to do right now. Like both of you know she's not exactly going to be dealing a ton of damage out, and everyone's clearing these things before she can find an opportunity to make use of one of her vials. She's just gonna hold her turn.
Great.
What are you doing?
I am gonna step between her and this zombie that just went after Peck here, and seeing him get attacked, I'm gonna throw that flame just at that zombie thing. and hopefully hit it this time. Noting that I am standing just slightly more than 5 feet from Hildry, because I do not want to cause her to catch fire. 14?
Hey, 14 hits actually.
Oh, bless. That'll be 7 fire damage. And as soon as I whip it out, once again, those flames are going to wreath around me.
Yeah, you hit it with your flame, and when it rocks back with the impact, the tattered edge of its decaying cloak catches fire, and the whole thing goes up fast. And it seems unperturbed by being on fire. It's clearly it's hurt, but it's not in the sort of burning agony you'd expect from a living creature. Ro is in the process of returning to your defensive circle formation, and she runs by the one Harp shot and takes a leaping swing at its back. She actually misses it. She's so confident about it, but she totally whiffs. Meira though sees the one that you're fighting right now, Kadmist, and you hear her say, "Oh, finally!" And she raises her wand. It's not that dissimilar from yours, actually, Peck.
Nice.
And this glowing dart rockets out of the tip of the wand and curves around the rest of you, just kind of flying serpentine until it reaches its target and just slams into it for 4 damage. And the way that it staggers, it doesn't seem to have much fight left in it. It is not completely dead.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely alive either.
Hey, good point.
Because it's a zombie.
Yeah, undead at best. Speaking of zombies, the one that Ro just tried to hit swings kind of wildly in retaliation, and it clips her in the shoulder, and you hear her snarl at the unexpected pain of it. Cad, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take another swing at that one that Kadmist and I are still fighting.
Okay.
That's a 21.
Damn, yeah, good shit.
And 6 damage. And I'm gonna attack it again as a bonus action.
Roll it.
5.
Okay, you hit it hard, and you feel like if you could just land one more hit like that, it might not get back up. But in your haste to deal the final blow, you overshoot and miss it. Really close. Harp, tell me what you're doing right now.
I'm gonna aim for the one that's next to Ro.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's a dirty 20.
Yeah, filthy.
And 11 piercing.
Nice.
But I would like to say, because Ro is so close to this, I'm really hoping it just hit it right in the head.
Oh, for sure. You send a message with this shot, right between its eyes. And yeah, Ro gives you a smile and a nod and a sort of a hey, good shot, thanks for the assist kind of way.
Making friends in battle.
Exactly. And Peck, you and Meira are both attacking the same skeleton now. And after her spell makes contact, she immediately turns to you and waves her wand in sort of a pretty good, huh? sort of motion. What do you do?
I want to do something differently than I normally do, okay?
Sure.
What are you guys laughing?
That was funny.
I'm just doing something different,
Believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna reach out and touch the creature and cast a frostbite. It needs to make a constitution.
Oh, that is
throw.
different.
I thought you were doing
Chandler, you got spell slots.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah, well, it's a cantrip, so it's okay. Constitution save.
Yeah, it actually nat 1s, 3 total. What happened?
Perfect. That's what we would call a failure. So it takes 1d6 plus 4 damage. So that is a total of 6 damage, and it has disadvantage on its next turn.
I love it. Beautiful. If I could just make one tiny edit, it does not have disadvantage on its next turn. It has dead on its next turn. It's dead.
Oh, perfect.
Even better.
So tell me about it. Paint me a picture.
I hand out, or paw out, I suppose, and just touch the shoulder, and as it just freezes over, Unseen Servant kind of pushes it over with its, weirdly arms, and it just kind of falls over and
Shatters.
cracks into pieces, and I turn to Meira and go, I'm sorry I couldn't save that one for you.
She
You gave it the shoulder touch and you didn't say hey.
the shoulder touch always works.
Darn.
She is perhaps not on the same page as you vis-a-vis this perceived rivalry, and she's like, oh, nice, Elwin. What a good job.
I'm glad.
She's just thoroughly enjoying this whole thing.
Side note, do you think if I'm impressive enough here, she'll give me a discount on stuff? Remember that one time I saved you?
You definitely should have frozen and looked over at her and gone, hey. And then she would have given you a discount.
Darn, next time.
Not that they're the most intelligent creatures, but how confused in those last moments of its life to be caught on fire and then frozen.
So wild.
I really just wanted to give it that hot and cold feeling. Some yes,
Yes
and
and
no.
Good cop, bad cop.
Kadmist, as you quickly get a lay of the land, your senses sort of ping off, and you notice another skeleton has made its way towards the group while you were focused in the other direction, and it's right behind Hildry. And before you can really react, it's swinging a broken blade at her. She's turning around just before it hits, and Kadmist and Meira, you see her eyes go like fully wide, and like in that same instant, she squeezes them fully tight, like anticipating this hit while she tries to pull away. Damn, 19. So she's not fast enough.
I have no reactions.
And Kadmist, it's bad.
I wish it hit me.
It's not good.
Okay, seeing that happen, I'm going to move over to this one, prompting the attack.
You want to take the opportunity attack?
Yes. Hildry is... I need to defend Hildry over... Go for it.
Okay, yeah, it swings for... Damn, dude, 19.
All right.
Like, as you spin around to move away, it just jams its sword into the small of your back for 7 piercing damage.
And then I'm just going to, kind of be blocking Hildry, and I'm going to attack that one that just attacked her.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Definitely.
And then 8 slashing damage.
Yeah, you cleave into its back, and your eyes meet Hildry's as you do. Like, she looks down at herself, sort of sputtering, and she looks back up at you, and you can see it in her face. She got in over her head again, and she knows it. The one that just hit Kadmist, tries to attack you on its turn, but it rolls a 9 and misses.
Does not hit.
Yeah, you can see how weak it is right now, and it's just extremely lucky that Kadmist turned its back. It's not looking good. And neither is Hildry. It's her turn. She just starts scrambling backwards, trying to put some space between herself and the one that just hit her. And Kadmist, she's not an experienced fighter.
Oh no.
She doesn't understand that she's giving it an opening. And it starts to swing at her as its reaction.
As that thing attacks, I'm going to use my reaction to block.
Thank God.
Yeah, I thought you might.
So as seeing her backing away, since I'm sitting there trying to defend her and seeing it rear at her, I'm going to use my reaction protection. So it has disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay, cool. It's going to roll again now. Oh, fuck.
No. No.
It rolls a 16, and her AC is not high. Let me roll damage. Wow. Kadmist, you lunge forward and try to parry the blow, but it swipes the shattered end of the blade across her midsection, and it deals 8 more damage.
She's gonna die.
Still conscious?
She is, but from looking at her, you almost think it'd be kinder if she wasn't. There is confusion and shock and pain and regret flashing across her face. She shakingly lifts her hands and sees more of her own blood than she'd apparently ever expected to.
Yikes.
It's not great. And Meira, as urgent as that seems, you also notice a glint from around a nearby stall,
Mother.
and another undead archer is taking aim at the group. What do you do?
At that point, knowing that Kadmist has this guy, even though I'm gonna turn to that guy. Can I speak to it as a free action?
The zombie?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I just want to look at it and in Infernal, scream die at it. Really angry and growly. And I'm just gonna run past as far as I can and get right up on this guy.
Yeah.
And I would really like to spray some poison in its face.
Do you have the poison spray spell?
I do have poison spray.
By all means.
It is a DC save of 13. It's a con save of 13.
Oh shit, it's Constitution. Okay. Here goes.
Boy.
17.
Okay.
What happens on a fail? Does it take half?
It
or-
does not say. It just says they have to succeed or take the damage. So
Okay.
I'm assuming it does nothing.
Okay, yeah, you unload your poison spray into its face, and unexpectedly, it brings up its hand and swats at it, wiping it away and spitting it out. It doesn't seem to be harmed, but it's pissed.
That's fine. I just want him to have his attention on me and not on Hildry. So I still kind of succeeded. And with that, the flames disappear as well.
Okay, it does look enraged.
Great.
Or as enraged as one can look without most of the muscles that create facial expressions. And it grips its bow in both hands and swings it at you for, 23 to hit.
That does indeed hit.
You take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Great. I am mad because I just watched Hildry get hit. So for my reaction, I'm invoking Hellish Rebuke. If
Hell
I
yeah.
take damage, I get to hit it with that. It has to make a dex save of 12.
It rolls a 10.
It takes 3d10 fire damage.
picked a bad time to drink water. 3d10? Please roll it.
13.
Yeah, definitely.
So I just want to incinerate it on site. Literally, I missed with the poison spray in an attempt to get its attention on me. As it starts to swing down, my eyes just kind of glow a little bit, and just an infernal, I'm going to yell burn. And as I yell burn, it just strikes down with fire.
Meira, it erupts.
Explodes.
If you weren't so furious, you might almost be frightened at how fast it, like paper kindling. Like it's gone in an instant. This is fire damage, right? So
that counts, right? So the flames do come back to me.
Yeah, after that, I can't imagine that they don't.
All right, yeah, so I am wreathed again in flames.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, let me look. I'm getting all turned around. We got Meira and Moira and Kadmist and Cad. There's 1,000 NPCs to juggle. Okay, so it's Moira's turn, and she calls to Peck over her shoulder, like, "Hey, shit's breaking bad. How you doing? You hanging in there, or?"
That's the question. Do you have anything that could heal Hildry over there?
I'll be honest, I kind of assumed if anyone brought potions, it was her.
Just, how about, see if she has any potions on her person and feed one to her?
Wait, you want me to feed Hildry? And she, points. Potions of healing! And that's sort of enough to, snap Hildry out of her shock, and she starts digging in her pouch. Cad, it is your turn first, though. What are you doing?
Still gonna go for that one that's in front of me.
Roll it.
Another two-handed. Nat 20, 22.
Definitely.
That is a 7, 8, 9.
Damn. Kadmist, yeah, from behind you now, you hear this big thud, and a skeletal corpse sails into view and skids to your feet.
Oof.
Harp, as you're, getting that smile from Ro, you hear two more of these things shriek and wail as they start approaching the group quickly. What are you doing?
I'm going to close in the circle a little bit, plus it'll get me closer to them.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna get that longbow. Okay. Blah, blah. I'm gonna use my longbow. There it is. It's an 11, everyone.
That hits.
And it's 7 piercing.
Yeah, your arrow hits its target, but it just keeps shambling towards everyone.
Shamble.
Peck, both of them are closing in fast.
I'm just gonna go for an Eldritch Blast onto the one that she just hit with the arrow because it's still upright. I'll see if we can take that one out together. That's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
And that is a nice 10 damage, nice even 10.
Dude, the arrow slams into it, and then your Eldritch Blast hits it right after, and the two of you take it down. The one engaged with you now, Kadmist, it swings its broken sword at you, but it rolled a nat 1. So when it makes contact with your armor, it rends itself from its handle. And it looks down at the bladeless hilt in its hand now. And then it screeches and throws it to the ground. What do you do?
I'm just gonna chuckle, say, "That's cute," and then hit it with my sword. 15 to hit.
Yeah, 15 hits.
And that's a 6 slashing damage.
Tyler, that is exactly enough. Tell me how you kill it.
So it does that. I go, "Ha, cute," and then I just turn around and slice up its body.
Sure, yeah, right up the middle, and it just collapses to the ground.
I'm also going to kind of move towards Hildry in kind of a more defensive position.
Yeah, it's actually her turn now, and she finds the vial she was looking for, and she pulls the cork with her teeth and just shoots it back. Let me roll it. It's a, 2d4 plus 2? God, yeah, and you can tell it helps a little, but not a lot. Meira, what do you do?
I am running up onto where Kadmist is, and at the one that's still there, I'm going to just whip out my arm, and as I whip it out, the thorns come out, and I'm going to try to hit it with a thorn whip.
Cool, sounds good.
Let me see where that
I also like that we told Anzio that we were going to be with him on the front lines, and then we just are just fighting in some other random square. As far as he knows, we just never showed up to fight.
All these zombies also got past those points somehow.
Maybe Anseal's not doing anything.
Oh, what a surprise.
That's also maybe true. He's hiding in his closet.
He didn't have the feelings that the other paladins did, so I took note of that. I don't
Was there a pop-up that said, you will remember that?
Yeah,
As
absolutely.
a friend group, we
there
make
was.
that joke an awful lot.
On a positive note, I do hit this skeleton for a dirty 20.
Yeah, you do.
It only takes 2 piercing damage, and unfortunately it does get pulled closer to us by 10 feet,
Oh,
and the
yeah,
flames
pulls to you,
disappear.
And by to you, you mean to me.
No, it can go, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, it's Ro's turn, and she's engaged with another skeleton that seemingly came out of nowhere.
Oh, no.
They just keep showing up, and all of the stalls in this area are making it so hard to keep track.
It's one of those moments in the show where Ro turns around and smiles at you and then gets stabbed in the back.
Yeah, she turns to you and smiles, but then like her ears shift and she swings hard without really looking and bats the axe away. Peck, the one that just got pulled closer to you by the thorn whip, it's that one's turn.
Oh, perfect.
I was hoping it would go for me.
Don't worry, Peck. Cad will save you.
Oof.
But yeah, it's closer to Peck, and it does take a swing with its bony arms at him.
No.
It's okay, he rolled a 3. Peck is fine. And Moira runs past him, spotting another very large undead enemy appearing close to Ro. And all the while, Peck and Kadmist, this feeling of nearby undead is somehow still growing. Peck, it's new to you, but Kadmist, you have also never felt it quite like this.
Is this when Cold Hands runs in and saves us?
Yes, it is.
I mean, I'm going to level with you. I do not understand the reference, but if you're looking for a Deus Ex Machina, I didn't prepare one. But Cad, Moira does run away from the group and fire another magic missile as she does. What are you doing?
He's going to run down to the one by Peck. And he's going to take a swing at it. That's a 13 to hit.
13 does barely hit.
Yay. 4 damage. And then he's going to hit it again. 15 to hit.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is another 4 damage.
Yeah, you hit it twice in rapid succession.
So about the tents, if I climb a tent, is that like an action?
Yeah, I think it'd be tricky enough that you need to focus on it and use an action.
Okay, I just want to see if we're going to be overwhelmed at any point.
Yeah, totally. So you want to climb one?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I think I'm far enough from enemies that I won't get hurt.
Let's call it a dex roll then.
All right, and I'm a roll, and it says, okay, so 17.
Yeah, you spot a tent and you make quick work of climbing up. Make a perception check at advantage for having the higher ground here.
You said perception?
Yeah.
I got a 19.
Hell yeah. You see what everyone else on the ground level can't. However many you thought there were in the square already, you were wrong. There's more. And you see them moving between the stalls, slowly, deliberately making their way towards your party. And beyond those, there are more pouring into the entrances of the plaza.
I want to point out where it's heaviest, you know what I mean? Where they're all coming from. Like if there's a source, basically.
Actually, with you up there, I'm gonna reveal all the hidden tokens on our map for you. Our listeners won't really know what this looks like, but
Jesus. Good.
Mother!
gravy.
yeah, okay, yeah. So maybe our listeners do have sort of an idea then. You call to your party, and you point out a bunch of them that you couldn't see through all the stalls. But the more you call out, the more pour into the entrances of the plaza, and the more it begins to feel like a poor use of time to count them all.
When are Sansa and the Knights of the Vale getting here? Shit.
Honestly, the one friend that you have that would be super willing to jump into a fight with you is already here. Like, it's Ro, and you already recruited her. Like, you brought pretty much everyone you know here. Who's your ace in the hole?
The vampire. Yes.
Y'all, I'm about to do something real stupid, I think.
I'm gonna do it first.
I think we're all thinking about this stupid thing.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna do it first because I have it.
I have a +5 to wisdom saves.
But I have it.
But I have the righteous fury of gods on my hand.
Why don't you let me have it? I'll put it on.
Cad doesn't need to touch it.
I know, we're not putting the deity who we don't know and potentially is evil. He is not putting that
Not
crown
potentially.
on.
He's 100% evil.
I will thorn whip him before I let him put that crown on. I'm getting nervous.
Everyone's suddenly having the same idea.
Hey, cut that out of the edit so that way it sounds cooler when I do it.
Someone's going to have to do it because we're definitely going to die.
I'm literally sitting here looking at my saving throws and I'm like, oh, I have a +5 to intelligence, +5 to wisdom. I'm gonna do it.
Harp calls out to all of you and alerts you to the nearest ones. Meira, one comes out from behind a nearby stall and swings a grimy-looking hand axe at you with a dirty 20 to hit.
Well, that definitely hits.
Big time. You take 4 bludgeoning damage because it's not a sharp axe anymore. Ro also takes a big hit from the one she's fighting right now, and it doesn't look pretty. Peck, what are you doing?
I want to put the crown on.
Positive?
I want to try and see if I can fight through it to command them.
Okay.
Before I do, though, I'm going to just mentally command my unseen servant that if this doesn't go well, rip the crown off my head.
Okay.
And then I am going to reach into my bag of holding, pull the bag out, and then use my mage hand to put the crown onto my head.
You put it actually on your head?
Straight onto my head.
Straight on. So to confirm, you put it fully onto your head.
As it's going on, I shout, Kelevor, give me strength.
Okay. Peck, the moment your mage hand pulls it out of the bag, you feel the crown pulling at you again. The sickly thing slowly lowers to your head, and there's maybe a moment of apprehension before it touches you. Like, are you sure this is the smart thing to do? But the closer it gets, the more all the feelings you had in the room at the inn are coming back to you. Like, this thing, it's so full of power. And as soon as you have it on, that power is going to be yours. Just like you can almost hear it promise it. And then it touches your head. And in an instant, your vision is blurred. This debilitating roar fills your ears as magic is siphoned out of your body, quickly, violently. And you try to fight against it, but Peck, it's stronger than you, hungrier. And it feels like the crown is starving. And you're not confident that your magic is enough to satisfy it.
We have to Guardians of the Galaxy it.
I was just going to say that.
Peck, you can feel your magic flowing into the crown at an alarming rate, but it's not being consumed. You can still feel it, like thin tethers. And somehow those tethers are reaching out, searching, and they're finding your own magic. Faint as it is, you find it swirled in a cocktail of other magics, strange magics, older magics. And you find it in the undead around you. And of course it is. Where had it gone when it was siphoned away at the inn, if not here, animating these undead? A tiny bit of it in each one.
Beautiful.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 21.
Okay.
Bless.
Kadmist, at the same time, you hear this noise to your side, and you spin to see another undead raising a thin, patinaed blade to strike at you, and it's totally catching you unaware. You don't have enough time to react, and you brace for the impact. But it never comes. It's like it's just frozen in mid-swing, and then you watch the blade fall to the ground with a dull ringing as it slips from its hand, and it's your turn.
Shoot. Did I see him put it on his head?
You heard me shout out, Kelevor, give me strength.
Yeah, you definitely heard him at least.
Okay. I'm going to, I guess, shoot, I can't leave Hildry. I'm just going to attack the one that dropped its sword then.
Sounds like a plan.
23 to hit.
Big time.
And 7 slashing damage.
Yeah, you swing at it and catch it in the arm, and you cut it right off. And you'd expect after that it would like retaliate or jump backwards or react in any way, but it doesn't. It just sits there, motionless.
And as I do that, I'm going to shout, "It's working. Gods be with you."
Yeah, and just next to you on the ground, Hildry is finally propping herself up after taking that sort of less than potent healing potion. And she's looking in pretty rough shape. And when Kadmist says, "It's working, Gods be with you," she starts looking around for an answer to why he'd be saying that. And she sees the frozen undead next to her in Kadmist, and then she sees Peck with the crown on, clearly going through it. And she just rushes over to him.
I was going to say, as she runs past, I was going to yell at her to take this, which is the shield that I have. I don't know if we can actually do that or not for her action, but if she wants to take it, I have offered her the shield.
Yeah, I'm more than cool with that, actually. Yeah, as she runs by, you yell to her and you toss it, and she snags it and keeps running on.
Did you tell her that it's dangerous to go alone?
Take this.
I did. So her AC is now up by 2, mine is
right?
down by 2. So I'm squishy now.
And she is slightly less so. She slips the shield on her arm while running to Peck, and she looks at him and she says, "Gods, what have you done?" And I just realized this. I think donning a shield is an action. So she does nothing else. But Harp, next to you, another undead is climbing the large stall you're standing on, trying to reach you. And it gets a small foothold on the far side, about 5 feet from you. Meira, after tossing her the shield, what are you doing?
With the throwing of the shield, I almost want to one-handed throw the shield and the other hand grab the staff off my back, if that's all right. Would you call that an action or bonus action or a free action? Because that impacts what I can do.
Yeah, that's fine. I liked it, and I don't want to steal your turn away for doing it. Let's just call it a bonus action. So that way you still have an action. Does that sound fair?
Okay. So I can't shillelagh it yet, but I am gonna two-handed smack that one that's right in front of me.
Like the one in front of you and right behind Cad?
Yes.
Yeah, hit me.
So not as good as not magical. 12?
Yeah, 12 barely hits.
Great. I hope I take it out because I'm very squishy. That is 7 points of damage.
Yeah, you pummel this thing, and it slowly recovers from the blow and turns away from Cad to face you, just like snarling. Ro is still fighting off undead, and you all hear her shouting, hey guys! And she's like pointing at even more of these things pouring in than before. They're not close enough to get at you just yet, but they're flooding into the area faster now.
So many.
For our audio friends, how many would you say that is?
I mean, more than you can easily count, and more than I have put on the map.
Lovely.
And after she calls your attention to them, she keeps taking swings at the ones nearest her, like dodging blows as best she can and taking out one at a time. Kadmist, another is closing in and taking a swing at you. 19 to hit.
That hits me.
You take 6 piercing damage as it like jabs you with its blade.
Okay.
And at the same time, the one in front of Meira takes a swing at her, and she narrowly ducks to avoid being hit. The undead next to Cad, Hildry, and Peck makes a judgment call that Cad is too big to fight, and Peck is otherwise indisposed. And it swings its blade at Hildry from behind as she's shouting to Peck. 13 to hit. Her AC is 12 now.
With the shield?
Yeah, she had 10 before. I mean, she realizes the attack is coming in time, but it's maybe that she's just never used a shield in battle before. But her block doesn't quite hit the mark. Maybe she like brings it up in time, but the way that the blade connects, it hits at an angle and then slides off. And it like hits her in the arm on the follow through. And she takes, Jesus Christ, 8 damage. And the pain is too much. And she passes out and collapses to the ground.
My character's gonna have so much conflict. Oh, this is gonna be so bad.
Yeah, but Meira blasts off another magic missile. Cad, you just watched Hildry drop after getting hit. What are you doing?
Too bad Kira's not here because I have a potion of greater healing on me
Well,
that I could use on her, but I'm not going to do that.
I guess not, yeah.
Can I make a play for the crown?
Oh,
Gosh!
really?
Yeah, I'm going to try and snatch that off of Peck's tiny dome.
I mean, he can't move right now.
I sure can't.
This is horrible.
He's effectively paralyzed because it's taking everything he's got to exert what little control he has right now.
Heavy as the head.
Oh, that's the episode title now. Do you try to take it?
Yep.
Okay. The second your hand wraps around it, pain shoots through your whole arm and it burrows into your head. Your vision blurs and goes blank, and Cad, something about it feels so right. Make a wisdom save with advantage.
22.
Yeah, as much as it hurts, you don't take any damage. And with your 22, you're able to pull it off of Peck's head just a tiny bit before you're basically incapacitated by this feeling. Your magic mixed with the magic of many others, flowing through the crown and reaching out, amplifying as you lend it your strength. But Harp, from your position on top of this stall, you see Peck starting to come back to reality as Cad pulls the crown just a bit off his head, and you hear the skeleton climbing up next to you. What do you do?
Okay, so Harp, I'm not gonna lie, is mortified because this isn't the type of work she does. She kind of doesn't like this. So she's actually gonna try something random, and she's gonna turn into Kellenvor.
Interesting.
I don't know if these things can think or not, but like I want to see if yelling "halt" type of thing is gonna do anything, at least a reaction.
Sure. Make a, let's call it an intimidation check.
Intimidation it is. Dirty 20.
Yeah, the one right next to you startles, and it falls off as it's climbing and takes 2 bludgeoning damage as it slams into another stall on the way down. But you don't see the others react at all.
So I just startled it.
Maybe, yeah. Like just changing shape in front of it and like yelling might have done the trick. And not far away, you see one of the undead take a swing at the now motionless Cad. Casey, does 17 hit?
AC's 14, so yes.
Okay, it does 4 damage as it slashes across your back, and you barely feel it. But Peck, suddenly you can see clearly again. And Cad is right in front of you, with a pained smile on his face, gripping the crown in front of him after pulling it just inches off of your head, and you're free of that draining feeling. What are you doing?
So first, Hildry, she's lying on the ground.
Yeah, like right after you clock Cad, you notice that she's down nearby.
So I didn't see her fall. Do I know if she's dying or if she's just unconscious?
I mean, it sounds like an action to make a medicine check to me.
I don't want to do that. Because I have spare the dying, and so if she's dying, I can spare her of that, but I don't want to waste my whole turn doing that.
Up to you.
I would like to look towards Kadmist, knowing he is a religion guy, and if I can, as a free action, I would like to connect with him in my mind and saying, Kadmist, can you help me wield this crown?
Can I respond?
I mean, you can
yell.
Okay, we'll wait till my turn.
I don't wait for a response. I leap off of my unseen servant. For my bonus action, I want my mage hand to grab the crown from Cad and pull it behind me. I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
And I would like to get to Kadmist and tell him, grab the crown, and then I put a hand on the crown.
Okay, you leap over Hildry and snatch the crown.
Absolutely.
Okay, then let's do the attack of opportunity really quick. 21 to hit.
Hits.
Yeah, it's 6 piercing damage.
Cool. 6 damage total?
Yeah. You're in mid-leap over Hildry, and that hit pushes your momentum forward even more. And as you hit the ground, you start taking off, and your mage hand follows behind with the crown.
So I want to just run towards Kadmist, have the mage hand hold the crown in between the two of us, and I reach up and grab the crown.
Yeah, and as soon as you touch it, this feeling floods your body again, and it's just starting to overwhelm you. Roll your wisdom save.
19 for wisdom save.
Yep, beautiful. You hang on tightly while the power just surges through you, and you wait for Kadmist to come help.
The number one command that I'm just thinking in my mind is to stop. That word is just stop.
Yeah, and the one closest to Kadmist is mid-swing, and once again, it just freezes completely. And Kadmist, you see that window of opportunity open up again. What do you do?
I'm going to shout, everyone, grab the crown, and by the gods, we shall stop this horror. And then I'm going to grab the crown and yell the word stop.
All right, make a wisdom save.
5.
Ooh. Magic and the arcane are maybe not Kadmist's strongest suit. And maybe you're not exactly prepared for what it is that you feel the moment your hand closes around the crown. It is sensory overload as it hungrily draws whatever power it can from you. And you're not the most magically inclined, and you don't have much to give. So you feel it sapping your physical and mental power instead. You take 4 points of psychic damage as energy flows from your every cell into the crown. And Peck and Kadmist, you are locked in place holding this thing. Just vision blurred and the roar of a magical wind in your ears. And the rest of you notice that the undead advancing towards you are beginning to slow. It's taking more effort for them. And Hildry is still collapsed on the ground, and I am going to make a death save for her right now.
Could have saved her, but oh well.
Say Levy.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no!
That's a 1.
Bye-bye, Hildry.
It's not looking good.
Hildry's screwed.
Harp, the skeleton next to you had just fallen and backed away from you after you startled it, and Ro runs in to take a swing at it. But it beats her to it, and it gets a solid hit on her first. Meira, what are you doing?
You know how we talked about that mana burn?
Yeah, I do.
How much would I have to... how much damage is taken for that? Because I haven't written it.
It kind of depends on the spell slot.
Take points of mana burn equal to the level of the spell. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, and it's points of mana burn, not points of damage.
So is it literally taking a point of exhaustion?
Basically, yeah. If you're out of spell slots and still want to cast, you can. But it's really dangerous to push yourself beyond your normal limits. Magic has to come from somewhere. You can use mana burn to consume your physical body to create extra magic, right?
Yeah.
Disadvantage on checks, reduced speed, loss of HP, and yeah, even death. And to be clear, not incapacitation, character death. Tear up your sheet and start over next time death.
Yeah. I'm debating if I want to... So I'm going to run up to her, don't care about attack of opportunity, whatever. I'll take it.
Okay, I'll roll.
It'll probably hit.
22.
It's definitely going to hit.
That's 8 damage.
That hurts. Oh, I'm not looking good either. Okay, good thing Peck has spare the dying.
What are you at now?
12 out of 27.
Okay.
So not the worst, but
You hurt when we started?
no. I've just been squished. I am going to scoop up Hildry and run. I think I can only get 15 feet with her because I am encumbered.
Yeah, half movement.
If I drop her not like drop her, but if I place her down behind Peck, I guess because if I moved and it's half movement. I'm just seeing if I can get to the crown anyway, but also bring her partially.
You could get really close.
Okay.
I bet you could get there, but not like put her down gently and grab the crown. But you can pick it up on your next turn.
Okay, great. Then I want to gently place her next to me and Peck.
Okay.
Because again, I don't like Cad and I don't trust him. And as I walk by, he might not even notice me doing it, but I am saying the most guttural and angry curses I can muster in Infernal. Things that don't even exist on this plane and only exist in the 9 hells.
Never mind. I was going to say where she's standing is where my unseen servant would be, but my unseen servant failed after I got stabbed.
Yeah, it got poofed, didn't it?
So where you're standing now, there are just a bunch of clothes under you.
Yeah, totally. Ro is taking advantage of the slightly slower reaction speed of the undead all around her. But the swarm of them that's been closing in it's still giving her a lot of trouble. She gets a few good hits in, but it doesn't stop her from taking a couple nasty ones in return. And for the first time since the battle started, she doesn't have quite the air of confidence you're used to seeing from her. On the other side of the group, you all hear Meira shout in pain. She's taking a big slash across her shoulder blades from an undead, and she turns around to just plant her boot on its chest, not doing any damage, just pushing it back and disengaging with it as her action. And she makes her way towards Ro as best she can while wincing in pain. And Meira, just about as soon as you set down Hildry, another undead is on you. I keep clicking it and it's not rolling to hit for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
That means it doesn't hit, right?
Oh, there it goes. 14 to hit.
Oh, now it hits.
And it does 6 damage as it strikes you with its blunt weapon. Cad, I'm scared to ask, but what are you doing right now?
I want to go for the crown again and try and control these dang things for my own nefarious uses. But
Just take out the one in front of
I
you.
know that...
I'll just nab it right back.
Well, that and that if a 22 didn't control it, the only thing that's going to do it is a natural 20.
Metagaming-wise, I think the wisdom save is just to keep us from taking damage from it. I don't think it constitutes if we control it.
I won't take damage from it anyway. I'm immune to psychic damage. So, well, I can't ask you if there's no way to control it because then that's cheating.
I'm not just gonna tell you. No.
Hey Cory, how do we beat this situation? I'm just curious.
Hey Cory, when should we start working on our new characters?
Yesterday.
Shoot.
Clearly.
I'm so excited to hear all about the new party.
I'm gonna play a pseudo dragon who pissed off a deity and got turned into an elf.
That's one way to do it. Yeah.
6 points away from falling to the ground, and I'm really regretting buying that Hero Forge figure.
Yikes!
If I take a step towards that one, that opens up an attack of opportunity for this guy.
Yeah, for our listeners' sakes, I'm not too focused on how this map looks right now, but it's definitely full enough that you're more or less taking an opportunity attack no matter what if you're moving around.
I kind of want to do that just to free up that one's space for another wang on Hildry.
Oh my god. I hate Cad so much. I've never hated a character like this. Sorry, I like Kira a lot. I hate Cad. I'm so mad.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a step away. I'll take that opportunity attack.
All right, 12 to hit.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, it misses. And it stabs Hildry instead. No, I'm just kidding. No, it sees its opportunity to hit you as you move, and it misses.
And I'm going to attack that one that I'm next to right now.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
4 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do it again.
Hit it.
That's an 11 to hit.
Yeah, now you hit that first time, and it looks like it just needs one more solid strike to take it down. And again, in your cockiness, you swing a bit recklessly and miss your attack. Harp, what are you doing on top of your perch there?
Because I see that giant horde over there, I kind of want to see, because I have a feeling we're going to be retreating at some point. Can I cast Fog Cloud and see and see if I can at least disorient them so that they're not all focused on us.
Yeah, where would you like to cast it? What are you trying to obscure?
I was hoping to radiate it like in this direction to see if I can just kind of obscure their view.
Okay, it looks like you're pointing basically like right on top of Ro and Meira. Is that where you want it? Like give them some cover?
Yeah, on top of Ro.
Okay, and it's a 20-foot sphere? Oh, it's a 20-foot radius. Damn, okay. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, that basically covers this whole immediate area. From right behind Ro and Meira, this fog just starts rapidly spreading. Like really low at first, like covering the ground and obscuring everyone's feet, and then just rising and just like enveloping everything in its path. And you hear Ro from inside the center of the cloud like, what the hell? Is this one of us? And within a matter of seconds, you're also enveloped in the fog, and you lose visuals on all the undead in the area. This lasts an hour, okay? And it's a concentration spell, so I guess we'll deal with that if you take damage or cast again.
Okay.
But yeah, through the fog, you can hear Meira sort of like coughing and shouting to Ro, and then you start hearing the clanging of weapons clashing. Peck, make a wisdom save.
It's a 19.
Perfect. Yeah, you maintain your grip on the crown. You fight off its power as it courses through you. And you can feel something new but familiar as the magic flows through and around you. You're still being overloaded by this thing, and you can't see or hear well, but you're positive that Kadmist is there with you, holding on and feeding his strength into it too. And you can feel his pain. What are you doing?
I yell as loud as I can. Everyone, grab the crown. We can do this if we do it together. We can hold them back. Grab the crown.
Y'all, I think we gotta run and grab it, though.
Kadmist, now you make a wisdom save.
Oh my gosh.
5 again.
5 again, damn. All right, yeah, this thing is overwhelming you, and it like physically hurts to hold. You take 6 damage, but keep your hold on it and fight through the pain. But you don't know how much more you can take of this. What do you do?
So I'm holding in one hand, and I'm just gripping my sword as tight as I can in the other. And I'm going to say, Hor, Tyr, Helme, any other power, if you lend me your strength,
Any power?
I'm yours to whatever you want. Help us in this moment.
Roll me a religion check.
Ooh.
30, 20.
Kadmist, holding this crown is killing you. But you scream this plea to any entity with the power to help you who will listen, and you feel something. You can't quite place it, but it's a presence. And you're in pain, but suddenly it's like you care less about that pain. It's just not at the forefront of your mind like it was a moment ago. And you can feel it now, the connections, the tethers, reaching out from the crown and finding the undead. And like exactly as you register what this feeling is, you feel even more of these undead stop frozen in their tracks. And the rest of the party sees the undead in this area begin to slow even further. It's Hildry's turn, and I'm going to keep rolling death saves for her, but I'm going to stop telling you how they're going. You can't see her anymore in the fog unless you're actively going to check on her.
Can I see her at all since she's right on the edge?
No, she's like just on the inside of the cloud, so you could use your action to go check and investigate, but you're pretty sure she's still there at least.
No, I'm not gonna take a full thing. I am going to, despite the fact I can't see her, but assuming she has not moved, this is gonna break my heart, I'm gonna rip the shamrock off my shillelagh and kind of like put it down in her direction and just out loud say, hopefully Kelemvor really is with us, and use my action to run up and grab the crown.
All right, a risky move. Kadmist just took 6 damage on his failed save. You sure you're gonna grab it?
Yes, I will.
All right, roll a wisdom save.
Nice.
24.
Beautiful. You grab the crown and you're absolutely rocked by this feeling. The tiny remnants of magic you had left leaving your body, and you can feel the undead. You can feel Peck and Kadmist too. And more than that, you can feel so many others who once came into contact with the crown. It makes you feel ill. It's awful. But you feel your energy mixing with theirs and flying out to the undead, slowing them further. It's Ro's turn, and none of you can see her, but you can hear her.
And she heard my plea for her to grab the crown, and she comes and helps.
Yeah, faintly through the dull roar in your ears, you hear her making her way towards you, shouting words you can't quite make out, just between the sounds of steel on steel as she's like fighting her way towards you, but then it just stops. You can't hear her anymore.
Yikes.
but you can barely hear Meira, presumably still trying to find Ro somewhere in the fog. Cad, what are you doing?
I'm torn here.
Between what and what?
This is kind of exactly what Cad wants.
It's so good. This is not a visual medium. Oh, the level of... Oh, Casey, I genuinely enjoy being around you, but right now I want to hurt you.
So, what I'm
When
like...
Cad is in control, does, just like Kira can hear Cad, can Cad hear Kira?
Yeah.
So
can
would
still
she
talk to
be
him.
telling him
But
to do anything?
what did she roll to contain him? It was real low that she rolled.
3, I
let me
think?
find it. It was a 3. So with that, she's like, when Bran wargs into Hodor, it's described as like Hodor just like sitting in the corner, like his knees curled up like against his chin, just kind of hiding. With a roll of a 3, I think that's what Kira's doing. She can't say anything. She's so weakened by the immense power that Cad used to burst forth. So she's kind of next to useless in there. And there's that little piece of him that thinks, if I go grab this crown, I can grab onto it and then submit my will.
I'm just saying, Chandler's a really big fan of that. Chandler really likes that.
I
idea.
also feel like you should also come touch the crown. I feel like that
Yeah,
would be a
I
great
think
idea
that
for you
idea
to
would be
also
great.
touch the
But
crown.
I'm not the last one. I gotta wait until Harp grabs it, and then I can come in and grab it, so I can impose my dominance.
Maybe if you grab it, Harp will grab it like right after you when she does her turn, and we don't have to wait for the whole turn order to go through. Maybe.
Nah, but then she'll be the last one to grab it, so she would have, in Cad's mind, she would have more sway over.
Or the longer she holds it, the quicker she gets control over it, and she can
Chandler,
control it faster if she
Cad's
grabs
a
it.
barbarian.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
want
aware.
her to have control over it. I want to have control over it so that I can
know.
control these zombies and
Okay.
kill
You
all
know
of
what's
you.
gonna be great is when we survive this and I just get to whack Cad really hard with a quarterstaff.
Yeah, Kira's gonna have a lot of explaining to
I just
do.
want to say that Meira is literally at almost no health.
Me too. I'm almost also
She's
dead.
holding on to this crown, the spikes of it going into her palm, fueled by what is going on. Like, just this rage.
And I mean, honestly, like, who knows what else is happening in the cloud of fog or even like outside the plaza?
What you gonna do, Cad?
I'm not gonna shy away from a fight. I'm gonna attack this guy to the south of me.
Okay.
Yep, that was so solid.
Okay.
I had to explain his mindset.
That's great.
That's an 11 to hit.
Really hope that
It
misses.
does not hit.
Perfect.
It does not hit.
I forgot. I was also gonna. I'm gonna reckless attack as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 13.
The
to
13
hit.
barely hits.
That's a 5 damage. And then as my bonus action, I'm gonna attack again. That's a 10.
10 is a miss, yeah. Okay, Harp. Nearby, you heard Ro's fighting sound sort of just like abruptly stop, and Meira is shouting for her, trying to find her. And you're also in the fog, and you can't see either of them. What do you do?
At this point, just like she's been raised, it's kind of all about survival. And now, as much as she wanted to help Meira, she's just gonna go towards Peck.
You can definitely attempt to, but it's going to be really hard for you to run at him unimpeded in the fog. I mean, I'll let you try, though. Oh, or you could dispel the fog cloud if you want, I guess.
That's gonna
But
be
then they're all
terrifying
gonna
if you
see us
dispel it.
huddled in a corner.
That is going to be
Roll the
terrifying.
No, I'm gonna let them all
die.
fight each other. No, I'm not dropping it.
Okay, make a perception check at disadvantage then.
Disadvantages. Oh, I got a 17.
Yeah, you run in the direction you heard Peck shouting, and you nearly slam into Meira when you reach the edge of the fog cloud.
Did she grab it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Okay, make your wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving. Oops, sorry, it's still a disadvantage, but it doesn't matter because I got a 6.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, you grab the crown, and I mean, it sucks to hold more than you expected. You take 4 psychic damage, and it feels like your head is just absolutely splitting in half. And you're losing your concentration on the fog cloud a little bit, and it slowly starts to burn off and evaporate. That means it's Peck.
I had a 14 on my wisdom save.
Okay, yeah, perfect. You maintain your hold on it without taking any damage.
And as I hold it, I just want to because I'm feeling other people grab it. So I'm going to shift my focus to similar to what I hear Kadmist, because Kadmist is the religion guy, and just be like, we haven't always seen eye to eye, but I cannot redeem myself and do what you need me to do if we die here today. Help me, help us control these undead.
Roll religion.
That's 15.
Peck, this oddly familiar feeling hits you, and suddenly it's like you have more to give than you did a second ago. And you feel the group's control over this crown grow way more than when any of your friends had grabbed on. Like, knowing you probably didn't even really expect this to work, and maybe it's just placebo, but you feel hope. Kadmist, roll a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Dirty 20.
There we go. You feel a slight bit of the pressure behind your eyes subside as you feel Harp's energy mix with yours in the crown.
I'm gonna just keep doing the plea, but this time I'm gonna leave out all the gods' names, and I'm just specifically gonna say, whatever greater power will help me in this moment. That's it. He's getting very desperate. I have 12 hit points.
Roll religion again.
That's a 10.
Yeah, as you call out again, you still feel it, the presence from before. It's lending you some kind of aid, but it doesn't feel exactly divine like you're used to.
Big yikes.
Meira, just a moment ago, you felt a sudden unburdening, and you felt like a huge increase in Peck's energy flowing into the crown. Make a wisdom save.
That's a 21.
Yeah, the pain is subsiding, and you're not sure what's happening around you, but you begin to feel more confident that this could work. Around you, the undead slow even further, but they're still closing in. Cat.
Grab the crown.
Grab the crown. Grab the crown.
You did say you wanted to be the last one to grab it.
I did.
Control
but
them
I'm not
all.
sure.
Kill them all. One crown to rule them all.
I am thinking. If we had the screen up, if we had the video up, you could see that I'm really thinking about this.
What would Cat do?
WWKD.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over and grab the crown.
Hey,
Okay, here's your opportunity attack. 23 to hit.
Gravy.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 damage on that one.
All right, and grab that crowno.
Okay, roll a wisdom save.
23.
Yeah, it feels awful for a second, but you also feel the burden of this artifact sort of like spread itself out amongst the group.
You're all fucked.
And it gets eerily quiet.
Damn it.
And the rushing leaves your ears, and you can start to see your surroundings again as like the pressure leaves your heads. It's blurry at first, but everything is slowly returning to normal, and the fog continues dissipating. And there's a great sense of relief that washes over you when you see that there's no movement as it leaves. Like all the undead are frozen in place around you, and some were dangerously close, just like poised to attack you as you held the crown, but your companions aren't moving either. Moira's lying face down on the ground. Her back is bloodied from the bad slice she took from before the fog descended. Nearby, Ro looks like she stumbled against a nearby stall and is kind of like draped over the edge of it. Her weapon is several feet away from her. But both of them are moving like almost imperceptibly, but you can tell that they're breathing. And Meira, you clock both of those and turn to look behind you for Hildry.
Mm-hmm.
And there she is, right where you left her. But she's not breathing anymore.
I am
Nice.
shaking, both in real life and in character. I'm so hungry.
We are out of initiative order, but you're all holding this crown, sharing its burden to halt the undead.
Bring her back.
I don't know what to...
Touch her. Touch
can I
Hildry.
reach her from where I'm at?
Yeah, you can.
So this has no effect if she is dead, but I don't know if she is dead. I use the cantrip Spare the Dying. But if she's already dead, it does nothing.
Okay.
Basically just reach out and like a kind of like glowing light would come out from under my hand. Let's say that for flavor.
Yeah, you reach out and this radiance flows out towards Hildry, like it's trying to find her. And then it pulls back to your palm. And the magic, it doesn't leave you. There's nothing there.
I'm sorry, Meira. She's gone.
Holding on.
I want to try and command the undead.
I thought you might. Roll wisdom with disadvantage.
Just straight wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 1.
Dunk!
Oh my gosh.
That's a 9.
That was almost a natural 20.
Yep.
Almost, yeah. But you're not able to pull control away from the group. And at this point, standing here holding the crown and looking on at your fallen companions, you start to hear something again. Plated boots hurrying into the plaza, lots of them. paladins are weaving in and out of these frozen skeletons, and you hear commenting on how bizarre it is that this is happening all over town. Several of them make their way to your fallen friends and start casting healing spells, stabilizing them.
Cool.
And 2 rush over to kneel by Hildry and attempt the same, but one of them looks up to the other and shakes their head before they both stand and continue looking for anyone else who needs help. And even more of those paladins pour into the plaza, just mowing down these immobile undead while you focus on the crown, making sure that none of them can retaliate. And as they finish clearing up the area of undead, more plated boots approach, and Anseal emerges,
Oh, shoot.
brushing skeletons and fallen weapons out of his path. And he looks up and sees all of you, and the crown. And he says, "Well, now what have we here?"
That was fun.
Yeah, I'm a lot of emotions right now, and I'm also really worried because now Anziel's gonna see us with this crown. We're screwed, guys.
Your girl feels real guilty right now.
So Moira and Ro are
So what's
alive.
important is the person's still alive to make your armor. She'll probably just need a couple days before she can do
Oh
it.
no!